What's up? You know, I started this morning, man, like clockwork, man. I go live, boom, red light. They'll have me load in 15 minutes. Mark my words. Daniel Adami, what's up? You are actually first of many. Jesse, what's up? Next gen, boom. I kid you not, guys. I hit that live button, set the phone on the deal, right? That red light on this thing went on. Now, last week I was here, it was like 4-hour load time, and it was open window, right? Today I show up. Well, I got here last night, spent the night here, so I knew the lows would be full, and I just casually walk up there. My appointment was 2:30, and man, the shipping office people here are so nice because, you know, he had this grin like, "Ah, you're early. Okay, we'll see you." You know, and I was like, "Man, no big deal, man. I haven't started my clock. There's no hurry, you know." And he put me in a dock, and I figured it'd be another 4 or 5 hour load time, which no big deal, because they can, you know. Detention wouldn't start until like 4:30 p.m., so they got plenty of time, right? So, anyways, they just give me a red light, and we're good to go. But that's Murphy's Law, right? Murphy's Law states that if I go live, boom, I'm getting loaded. If I don't go live, I'm just sitting here like an idiot. Green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. So, but we have our morning coffee. I just got done watching James' best live feed. He got his SBA loan, so that's cool. And I think he's worried about the YouTube repercussions, I guess, which, you know, I told him I was indifferent. You do you. And I'm happy for you. If it helps you out, I'm happy for you. Other than that, I am just sitting here waiting, and been thinking about a lot of things. Been thinking about trucks. Been thinking about moves. Been thinking about economic stuff that a couple of friends and I have been talking about. And there's some positive signs that I'm kind of grasping onto. One of the economic things that one can look at, okay? Hey, you can smell my coffee. Now, I'm not an economic expert by no means. I mean, like, far from it. Nada, okay? I don't really follow any economy projectionists, you know, the guy that's paid by CNN to tell you what you should or shouldn't believe, you know. Oh, the economy's going to do this, so stocks need to do that, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not that guy. This Life with Dre, he does videos about the stock market, and I watch him on occasion. I would love to kind of explore that world a little bit. I mean, I've got an IRA and all that, but the science that I look at is what are the corporations doing, because they kind of have a heads up of what's coming down the line. And again, this is why you have to ignore 90% of the noise that's out here on the YouTube, including my own channel. Ignore my channel, okay? And you will see, and let's take that down a notch. And you have to look at what people are buying in the corporate level, and that'll kind of give you a temperature gauge of what the economy is looking or might be looking like. And I don't think that this hopefully we're being optimistic here. Hopefully this is not like some kind of death knell to the economy. Now, am I confident to go out and buy a new truck? No. But that's because of me. Because I'm not a confident person, despite what I show here on the YouTubes. Because I know what my own weaknesses are. And I'm one of these weird YouTubers that don't give away all of its weaknesses, right? But you know, a couple of people figured it out because they know me a little bit. But there is some positive signs. For example, you know how for a while we were told, okay, 2 weeks, we'll start getting back to normal. And then another 2 weeks, then another month, right? Now, while you do have your states that refuse to reopen, like Michigan, because Michigan's dumb, you have states like Oklahoma, Mississippi, Missouri that are like, hell yeah, let's go, let's open, wear a mask, let's go, you know? And, but one of the signs that I look at is I used to haul fireworks every year. And between the month of May and July, I was busy at Landstar and at Transland. Landstar, that was my moneymaker. Transland, I got to do like an 8-stop load of fireworks throughout Montana. That was one of the best, most memorable runs I've ever done. I don't haul hazmat anymore. I let my hazmat expire because I never used it at Schneider, and at Like Trucking we can't haul it anyway. So why keep it? If I want to go get it in the endorsement again, it's just a few test questions, a fingerprint check, and all that stuff. No big deal. The only way I would need is if I went back to Landstar. It's about, or Transland for that matter. I would need to get it back, but for now, we have no plans whatsoever to do that. So, anyways, I was curious to see how 4th of July events would be, right? Like, and I guess people are purchasing fireworks with the confidence that states are reopening slowly but surely, and that you know they can make some money on the fireworks. Because some of these fireworks stands, these people, that's all they do for the year. They make all their money in that one small window of time, and then they live off that for the whole year. Or they have other business ventures, you know. There's a lot of churches that buy fireworks, and you know, and they make a killing. You know, Indian reservations. I delivered to an Indian reservation in South Dakota, and that guy makes all of his money for the year in 2 months, May and June. But let's get some shout outs, because you guys are commenting because you're awesome and everything else. Dana Ladami, Jesse Bennett, Next Gen, Overtaxed Minnesota. Nick Shears, good morning. Nothing witty. Dang, I'm so close to being first this time. You're always first in my book, nothing witty. Nathan E. Burrell, Truckin' Scott, what's up? Next, I said you, Salt Pirate. Lee Lost Cause, 69 Curry, good morning. Jose, Mr. Barrett, Salty Pirate, just waiting on a load out of Va. Good luck. Seems like whenever Jeff does the hot market map off the 1, 2, 3 low board, Virginia has been like red. Like no one likes Virginia for some reason. And I do know that on the Schneider board, you know, they had lots of these good paint loads that went to Stewart's draft, and I never took them because coming out of there was just like dumb, right? So. Don, what's up, big dog? Truck for Life, good morning. Truck for Life, have you resolved some of your issues that you and I had talked about? RD, what's up? What's up? Nathan Galloway, what's up? Jesse Bennett, I'm buying my first truck. Would you recommend signing with a company such as Schneider or Landstar, or a smaller company such as Like Trucking? Well, Jesse, it depends. If you've never done self-dispatch, you know, it just depends on what format. Schneider makes it easy, but I don't know if they're taking outside trucks, so I would definitely get a hold of a recruiter on that. Contact bigrigceo, he can help you with that. But I would ask a recruiter at Schneider. Now, as far as coming over here, you're going to need more than just your truck. You're going to need a plate and a trailer. I think Jeff said he could supply a trailer, plate. It just depends on what Michigan's doing. It just depends what your costs are. Schneider is a good solid foundation. Landstar, it's like the model of the spot market, with a lot more limitations. So if I had to choose between Like Trucking and Landstar, definitely go with Like Trucking. There are other carriers that I can suggest, but we can do that privately, because I don't want to sit there and act like I'm not recruiting for Like Trucking. I just don't know what the status of us bringing other drivers on is right now. So, but I'm willing to help anybody out, point them in the right direction. But Schneider would be an easy foundation to create your business with, because I did very well at Schneider. I guess the challenge would be if they're taking outside trucks right now that are non-SFI trucks. That's what I mean by that. So, so you can't go wrong with any of the three that you mentioned. It just depends on what your home expenses are like, what your needs are. So that's a blanket question, and I can't give you a blanket answer, because if you run a certain area, Schneider might be better. If you run a certain area, Landstar might be better. If you're willing to run the spot market and learn the broker game as you're learning how to self-dispatch, then Like Trucking, definitely. And we have an easy foundation if you can, but if you have a $4,000 truck note, I don't recommend the spot market right now. Just for now. Okay, just for now. So it just depends on what your home costs, what your home needs are. If you have to be home every 4 days, it's going to be more of a challenge in the spot market. If you got a high home cost and you're sole renter, spot market's going to be more of a challenge. If you like doing short haul drop and hook runs, and you just want to learn how to self-dispatch, and you live in, say, Ohio, Schneider's a good spot too. I'm not going to say one's better than the other. So it just depends on what your business and foundation that you want to build off of is. But not doing new SFI ICs at the moment. Schneider's taking new operators with trucks that are 2010 and newer, but not doing new SFI ICs at the moment. Really, Daniel? You'll have to kind of... So they're only taking outside trucks and not Schneider finance guys? That seems kind of backwards. Brugger Trucking, what's up? Trucking and Oversized Freight Podcast. Hey, I'm going to give a shout out to that guy, okay? I've seen your name in some of these channels, and so I went and checked out your latest video, and you were spot on with that. You were spot on to the T. And what we need here is we need a perspective from the other side of the desk, right? We need a perspective from the other side of the steering wheel. Because most of the people that are complaining about brokers don't understand that side of the business. They don't understand the ins and outs. And you made some really good points about how you're not going to let the driver dictate how much profit percentage you can make. And if you are a broker, I'd like to see what we can work out, if anything. So, Jesse, can I message you on Messenger at some point then? Yes, Jesse, yes, absolutely. Just bought my first new truck. Very happy about it too, says Fabian. What'd you get, Fabian? And congrats. Big tails in the house. Buying a truck is a pain in the ass. It's exhilarating and scary at the same time. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. And but if you set yourself up right and take care of your anxieties and what the roots of that are, then you'll be golden. I think I'm almost loaded, guys. Find out real quick. Hold on. 2020 Mac Anthem. I actually, Fabian, you want to know a little secret? It's a little secret, just between you and me, Fabian. Okay. Everybody else, plug your ears. I was actually at a Volvo dealership 2 days ago, So I was parked next to one. I walked in and I went and looked at that Mac Anthem. Pretty neat. I think I'd want something a little bit bigger though. But congratulations. And I hope you got your payments down pretty good. I get, you appreciate my opinions. And that's what they are. They're opinions. What I say is not gold. What I say is not law. What I say is not the be all end all. And there's some people out there that have that attitude. And the problem with that is there's not one size fits all. Trucking is not a one size fits all deal. I mean, I've said that since the beginning. What works for me will not work for you, or may not work for you. And there's a thousand different scenarios I can give you that are examples of it, but it's just digital noise at this point. Just like when someone goes, what kind of truck should I buy? Well, if I sit there and tell you to buy Kenworth, you're gonna have 5 people tell you that those are crap. If I sit here and tell you Peterbilt, or if I sit here and tell you get you a Mac Anthem, which I've never driven one, that's kind of dumb, right? So again, depends what your needs. If you're hauling heavy haul, you don't want to get some lightweight Freightliner. If you're hauling nothing but lightweight cardboard and fuel mileage is important, then you need the most fuel efficient truck. If you spend months out on the road, you want something that's comfortable. If you're home every weekend, maybe you can get away with something that's a half top or something. It just gearing ratio and engine and axle weight limits and stuff like that those all play a part. So there's 1,000,198,7 zillion ways to do this business, and that's the problem with idiot YouTubers like me telling you, hey, you should do this. Is that what works for me may not work for you. No SNA loan, business credit is good. Awesome. No SBA loan. Okay. Look at them, make a neat little semi. It is. I like the looks of them. I know that Jeff did a walk around of one. He was at a dealership when he was thinking about getting one, and I was pretty intrigued with it. And I actually got one physically yesterday, or day before yesterday. And it kind of got me thinking about a few things, but definitely not ready to buy a new truck at this point. I've flirted with the idea in my mind, and I might as well have flirted with Jennifer Aniston in my mind. It didn't really accomplish anything. So, hazmat is a pain. I use it for that area you are having a hard time finding a load. Right, OTR David, that was my survival thing at Landstar. Was when rates started getting low and I didn't really know how to run a business just yet. I believe I'm loaded. That tapping was signal that prepare for the green light. I hauled empty totes that were still placarded because they still had residue or whatever. And so it was light, paid a little bit better because they were hazmat, but you still had to do all the rigmarole. But hazmat is a pain, and fines are a lot worse. The risk is a lot worse. But I talked to a guy that has his own authority. Wow, I really don't like the way that truck looks loaded. Man, I might have to actually scale this load out and balance this out if they're going to load it like that. They got things all the way back to the back of the trailer, so. Okay, so I was seeing that they still take a new SF5, but not owner-operational trucks. Yeah, okay, Daniel, that's what I thought. Oh, you're not seeing, okay. $750,000-mile warranty sold me. That is it. Hear that tapping, guys? We're loaded. So, air this puppy up and we'll be good to go. Anyways, guys, nice quick little video. Fabian, I'm happy for you. Awesome. I hope you can kick ass and take names. And guys, we'll see you on the road. I'm working this weekend. Later.